If you have been either avoiding making big changes in your life, or you're about to go through some big changes in your life, or you need to make some big changes in your life, but you're afraid, this conversation is for you. I'm Nico. This is Nico speaking, and we have conversations that change lives. And in today's conversation, I'm talking about connecting with your superpowers because you do have them, and it's scary. I'm about to go through a really major change in my life, and I thought, wouldn't it be fun if I documented the process, the feelings, and all the things that I actually have to do in order to make this change happen. I'm a 56-year-old woman living in New York City. I work a corporate job, also a certified wellness coach, and I've always had a vision. And let me know in the comments below if you resonate with this. I've always had a vision of helping other people and just like finding a way to live in joy and bring joy to other people. That's basically my dharma. That's really all I ever wanted to do. And I've been working in corporate America, specifically at the company I'm at now, for 17 years. That's a long time. Even though I do a lot of cultural initiatives and get engaged as much as I can on a community level and with like technology, wellness and stuff like that, I still have this feeling of ennui, call it general malaise in my soul, where it's not my dharma. I don't feel like I'm being as impactful in my day-to-day work as I could be like out in the wild, in the universe, which is where I'm planning on going. What you'll see over the course of the next few months, I am in parallel with my corporate life. So this is key, and I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I don't know where I'm gonna get the energy from. I just know that I'm gonna do it. And if you're going through a big change in your life and you're feeling overwhelmed by all the things that you need to do, one of the strategies that I really lean into is focusing on the things that I can control, right? Because there are always going to be things that you can't control in life. And whenever you're going through a change, like you might be unemployed right now, my heart goes out to you. This world is crazy and it's hard to find a job. However, I do have a feeling that if you take a step back and really come up with a strategy and a plan and start making lists of the things that you can control and that you can do, you can succeed. So in my case, I have a huge Excel spreadsheet. It's actually a Google spreadsheet. I have a huge Google spreadsheet with about 1,000 things that I need to do in order to make this transition where it's just me. And I'm essentially creating a salon, if you will, a private art gallery, a community space, an event space, a place of joy. Like one of the workshops that I want to do is a nap workshop. And it's in New York City, in Chelsea, New York City. And I was like, what is it that people really need right now? And I think people underestimate the value of sleep and they need naps. So that's one of the first things that I thought I want to make a really cozy space with smells and sounds and textures of all the things that will make for really cozy professional nap. So those are the kinds of ideas that I keep in my head, like trying to just, yes, that's happening. I'm doing that. And how do I get to that point? I need to go from here where I have a list of 1,000 things that need to be done, insane hard things. I need to replace boilers and air conditioners and put in security systems and wire the whole thing for Wi-Fi, and just top to bottom, the space that I'm moving into hasn't really been kept up to my level of upkeep in maybe 30 years. So there's a lot of work to do. And where am I going to get the money from? So I've cut back a lot in life on the things that I can live without that have made my life a little bit more comfortable. So I'm allowing discomfort a little bit in order to focus on those big visions. Now, I'm not saying that a nap workshop is going to change the world, but that's just one of the many visions I have. In terms of what else are we going to do in this space, I'm going to host Think Tank wellness weekends where I have so many bio-optimization gadgets where people will be able to leverage these things and also ideate and come up with visions of how they're going to transform their lives. I know it's a lot. People are like, think that I'm positioning myself as an evangelist. Not really. Evangelist of you. I'll be your biggest fan. I believe that we can focus on the things that we can control, and the other things that are harder to control or seem out of control will become more manageable as we work through the list of the things that we have to do. Some people say do the hardest things first. Yes, and sometimes you just need to take a moment and take a really good nap and step back and get perspective. So I'm a big firm believer in the 80-20 rule. 20% of the time you need to be chilling out. You need to clear your mind. You need to do something and be somewhere in a situation where you're not worried. And then 80% of the time, we're using that anxiety that we feel about being overwhelmed with all the things that we have to do, managing it, and feeling stressed about it and doing it anyway. The real superpower that you contain within you is the power to see all the things and have all the thoughts that stress you out and then do the thing anyway. Do it anyway. Put yourself out there anyway. Like right now, I'm terrified of you. Putting myself out here and having these conversations. Nico speaking, please subscribe. Having these conversations is terrifying to me because this is my authentic self. This is who I am. This is what I'm doing. You may not agree with it. You might think that my version of reality doesn't align with yours. That's fine. We don't always have to agree. Like, I don't agree with the people I love all the time. In fact, in my head, I might disagree all the time. However, still can be supportive, right? There's the people you choose to let in your life, and then there are the people who are there because blood, you're related, or whatever. So letting go and doing the hard things anywhere. In short, make a list of all the things that you have to do, that you don't want to do, but you know that you need to do in order to bring yourself to a place where you live in joy. Imagine it. Think about how much discomfort is it really going to cause me to do this thing, and can I do it anyway? Can you do it anyway? That's your superpower. Humans have always done it anyway. That's impossible. They did it anyway. Humans can't build flying machines. They did it anyway. When I started out engineering in IT, I was obsessed with the whole idea of this little thing called streaming media. And I remember talking to people about streaming media, how you can have one feed go out to millions of people terrestrially. That's like over the internet. And I just got, no. Who would use that? That's never going to work. I like my TV over the air, like the antennas, the rabbit ears. That's how long ago we're going. And I just remember having these conversations and feeling incredulous at the fact that people couldn't see my vision. Guess what? I did it anyway. And Netflix, Amazon Prime, you're watching me now on YouTube, right? So did it anyway. You can do it anyway. Whatever your dream is, whatever your vision is, let's start today making those lists and do the things that you can do first. It's winter right now, right? It's January 31st and I'm beginning a huge change. You heard me say I need to replace some boilers, but it's January. That's a hard thing. It's an expensive thing. I don't know how I'm going to get it done. It goes a little further down the list. I know I have to do it, but I'm going to do it. But that's not the first thing I'm going to do. I have a plan for it. And then I go back. The first thing I need to do, I need to paint some stuff. I need to snake every drain in the building to make sure there's not gunk down there. I might need to do some other things that are not very fun or comfortable. My chiropractor yelled at me the other day because I was shoveling snow in front of my building. And, oh, Dr. Ashley, you're so cute. You said, why can't the landlord just do that for you? I am the landlord. So I did it anyway. I was like, oh, this is going to hurt. And it did hurt. It did hurt. It was not fun. I don't enjoy shoveling snow. But you know what? I knew it was going to snow. And I had dropped salt down on the street, on the sidewalk before it started to snow. So it wasn't as bad as it could have been because I planned ahead. So I guess that's like a metaphor for how I approach everything. Try to figure it out. I know I have to replace the boilers. It's January. I'm not going to replace them now. Bubble gum and paper clips. Bubble gum and paper clips, just like the infrastructure here in New York City. So if you're facing challenges, which you probably are every day, trying to prioritize the things that you need to get done that you really don't want to do, your superpower is you can do it and you can do it anyway. I have faith in you. This is Nico speaking. I'm Nico. This is my channel. Please subscribe. I'm not saying you have to, but it would be nice. And one of my little dreams down the road is that you and I have a connection here on YouTube. We become a tribe. We're a family. We stick together because there's crazy stuff going on in the world. Did you see that? Did you hear that? Did that really happen in this world? That's okay. Come here. We're going to go take a nap together. Professional napping. It's going to be huge. It's going to be big. One other thing, if you're still here, I posted a couple of videos. I'm going through a certification to become a data scientist and data analyst. I couldn't decide which I wanted to do, so I was like both. I've said in prior episodes, I have a lot of certifications. So this is on my list because I'm obsessed with Fred. And I really am so curious and so optimistic about the future, whether our AI overlords take over or not. But I was playing around with AI, posted 2 videos of a virtual version of myself. They did not do well. The reason I think those videos didn't do well is primarily because it wasn't really me. So that makes me feel a little bit better that me has a little bit more impact out there in your ether than like the virtual version of me. But I still think it was super cool how it was really cool. But go check out those episodes because they're really funny. Watch my hands and how things don't line up. I thought the AI did an incredibly weird, cool job of trying to match virtual me and my gestures with what I'm saying. Go watch the last one I did about reprogramming yourself. All right. We have so much to do. I have my list. Check it once. I'm going to check it twice. I'm going to figure out what's naughty, what's nice. What can I do? What do I have to do anyway? Oh my God. As it is, I have to go plunge a toilet. And I'm your friend, Nico. This is Nico speaking. Thank you. In the next conversation, you might even to see a little bit of what I'm actually doing. This is all going to change. I'm sitting here right now in this moment thinking in 2 weeks, this is all going to change. So who knows when you're watching this, seeing this, experiencing it, but the countdown has started. This is my dharma. I know everyone's, professional naps. I need to look into that. You can borrow the idea, but just remember where it came from. Give me credit. This is Nico speaking. I'll see you next time. We'll speak about it. Over and out.